KASPA and the energy sector. Let's jump right on into it. All right, guys. So today I want to talk a little bit about KASPA, KII, and an interview that was conducted yesterday by Christian Ludwig and some of the people involved in KASPA, KII. Now, I know that KASPA Silver played part of the interview. I think it was a Spaces, actually, yesterday. And it was kind of breaking news in a sense that they outlined some of the things that they want to do and why they chose KASPA as the settlement layer chain that everything is potentially going to run on. For those of you who don't know, KASPA KII, it's an industrial initiative foundation pushing the boundaries for the ultimate DLT and global industrial and enterprise applications. So what they're doing is they started a foundation with a lot of guys who have been in the energy sector outside of crypto for a lot of years and have been very successful in that industry. And they have put together a foundation full of, people and investors that they are going to work on a bunch of new projects and a bunch of new energy solution type stuff. And they're going to use KASPA as the base layer for all of these new initiatives. So the interview yesterday went like this. I'm just going to go over some key points that Christian Ludwig, who is one of the biggest KASPA miners and was, I believe, one of the biggest KASPA holders at one point till he sold some because he was mining early, that he points out here as far as the interview yesterday with the foundation. I enjoyed my impromptu interview with KASPA KII on our KASPA space today. Turns out it is their first public interview yet. Here are the highlights. They have a number of global projects that require a DTL solution at scale that they have been needing for years. So that's important right there, that they've been looking for a solution with scalability to work as their underlining solution for everything that they're doing for apparently a number of years and haven't been able to find anything that meets their standards yet. Needed censorship resistance in order to do it on a global basis. KASPA could disrupt the emissions trading market, which will be valued at $2 trillion in 2030. They were looking at building their own block DAG, but came to the conclusion to just use KASPA. So it sounds like when they couldn't find any sort of solution for scalability in what they're trying to do, they were planning on, they were thinking maybe we just have to build our own, blockchain or block DAG in order to support all of this, because there's nothing out there that we can find that will do that sort of thing. Now, apparently they found KASPA and figured out that that will suffice and don't have to create their own block DAG anymore. Energy underpins KASPA's network and is a factor of its security. KASPA had mining adoption. Thinking about tokenizing a green hydrogen facility that's worth $1.5 billion could be an example. And the massive value that would be on chain is why the chain, or DAG, must be completely immutable and secure. KASPA could be used in domestic smart metering, residential and commercial energy. They are on the cutting edge of green energy, including green hydrogen and ammonia, green KASPA mining. Set up the foundation to promote KASPA in industry and act as a market enabler to allow the global adoption of KASPA by industry. 1. Asset companies in understanding KASPA. 2. Offer practical assistance with a regulatory roundtable group with experts from the EU and US and elsewhere. 3. Practically assist projects via a KASPA launchpad with a Y Combinator model. 2 funds are already committed to financing it at $25K per 2 millimeter per project. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Launched. But it sounds like two companies are already on board as far as funding goes and ready to launch a project. 12 people already on the committee launched projects will be KYC'd and doxed to avoid nefarious projects. They are looking at how best to launch a stablecoin on KASPA that is fully regulatory compliant. They are holding their first conference event in September in Dublin called KASPA Enterprise, with a focus on reinforcing why they think KASPA is good for enterprise, financial services, logistics, etc. Have ongoing KASPA projects that will rival what XRP and HBAR in the financial services sector. Most of these partnerships must be kept secret due to NDAs and commercial sensitivities. They liked the energy efficiency of KASPA and the fact it fully solves the trilemma according to their own criteria. Top 5 biggest enterprise applications for KASPA: energy, supply chain, public sector, cross-border payment, settlement of contracts within the financial industry. And spoke with the digital asset manager of a major financial institution who manages between 20 to 40 trillion of customer assets. They are currently doing 95% of settlements on ETH, and he highlighted how they would save tens of millions per year in gas fees if these settlements were transferred to being done on KASPA's block DAG. BlackRock, in question mark? That would be huge if BlackRock is looking at KASPA thinking that settling on the KASPA blockchain or block DAG instead of Ethereum is a good move on their part, which clearly it is, but, you know, whether they see it or not, that's one thing. And if that's the case, I mean, the adoption is just pouring in. So that is basically the highlights of what was on the interview yesterday. And it sounds to me like this foundation is legit as hell and has a lot of legit people with legit contacts working inside. And what it sounds like they want to do in one scenario is have KASPA be the baseline for the whole entire energy sector. And the amount of adoption and the amount of sheer volume that would accrue is incredible. Where he said up here that industry should be a $2 trillion industry by 2030. And let's think about that. 2030 is only 5.5 years away from right now. So I think that the energy portion of this is huge, right? And I think that is one of their main goals. Now, the cross-border payments and settlements within financial industry, the current financial industry, is also huge because of what they already stated. They are in the talks with already a $20 to $40 trillion management company managing those assets for customers. BlackRock, question mark, is potentially interested in moving from settling on Ethereum to settling on KASPA's block DAG. So, you know, you weigh all this out, and BlackRock is just they're speculating there, but nonetheless, even if it wasn't BlackRock, and it's got to be a massive management company, because $20 to $40 trillion in customer assets is nothing to scoff about. So nothing to blink an eye about. It is huge. It's massive. So when it's all said and done, I mean, it's just good news after good news after good news. And now you've got this massive foundation out there as a mouthpiece for KASPA, trying to round up some of the industry's biggest players in multiple different sectors and convincing them that KASPA's block DAG is the best settlement layer and the best rails for whatever they're doing out there in the energy, supply chain, public sector, cross-border payments, and settlement contracts with financial industry. And it sounds like in a very short time, they've made quite a bit of progress. And I am extremely excited to see where this goes in the future. Because if they've made this much progress in this short of a period of time, keep in mind they've only been around for this foundation has only been founded and put together in the last few months. So it's fairly new, although the people working in the foundation have been around for a while and do have contacts. It's just very exciting to see what the potential prospects of KASPA can be long term. And if everything plays out like the vision that's being laid out right in front of our eyes, then, you know, the potential is endless and the sky is the limit when it's all said and done. So that's basically all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And if you guys wanted to watch the entire interview, or listen, I guess it would be, but you can go and watch KASPA Silver, and he has that on his YouTube channel, so you can go check that out if you wanted to listen to the actual audio of the interview. So that being said, guys, in the meantime, again, pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.